I'm recording right now. Hello, Virgo. This is your timeless love reading. So when you find it, its messages will have something for you. If it resonates, it sings in your soul, you know it's meant for you. If it doesn't, then okay, go through the playlist, find another one, or maybe another day. You could especially check the other positions in your birth chart. Always recommend the sun, moon, rising, north node, and Venus placements. Okay. So from the Oracle of Mystical Moments, I pulled 4 cards for you. I'm going to pull a card that we'll look at the end from the Calling in Your Soulmate Oracle card as kind of a closing message for you. And we'll leave that for the end. And then we'll be clarifying each of these positions with the Universal Tarot cards. You are showing up in this. Well, first off, the bottom of the deck is the Queen Bee card. The Queen Bee being at the bottom of the deck. I mean, this says that you're recognizing your own qualities, your strength. You may be a mother. You've grown a lot. You're strong. One thing about bees is that they have a hive mentality that's coming to my mind. So it's like the energy flows from the queen bee. So if you are in this reading, you have to understand that everything around you is going to respond to your state of mind because you're the queen bee. You're showing up this time as my home is my castle. Boy, if that's not a match for queen bee energy, here you are owning yourself, owning your environment, not allowing anything or anyone to dictate, but taking the authority that you have, okay? And you learned a lot to get to this place, okay? And it's a castle. It's not a tent. You're not in a tent. You're in a castle, okay? A castle is a regal structure that's meant to be that is defensive. There we go. That's defensive. So you are taking a position of defending what's yours. That's a good thing. I think that is a very good thing because if you don't safeguard what's yours, nobody else will. Okay. Let's clarify why you're showing up as my home, as my castle in love at this time. Clarify this for me. Okay, here we go. So we have the 6 of Swords in reverse and the Queen of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands in reverse and the 10 of Wands. So this is telling me that somebody was trying to there was a lot of arguments and conflict, and you successfully brought it into the situation because it just, whoever this person was you was dealing with was dumping a lot on you. And I feel like you were experiencing frustration, feeling a loss of your power. So you had to make some moves, some changes in order to protect your powerful stance, in order to safeguard your, I'm hearing safeguard your sanity, guard your vision for your life, for your family, for your household, and protect your wealth. I feel like you had to protect your wealth. Let's look at the common energy between you. Tiny triumphs. So there's been some small successes here, and now the predator is larger than the prey, and in this connection because of it. It's like, I feel like there's a turning of the tables. I feel like there's a turning of the table. If you were feeling attacked in this, I feel like you switched the game up on them. If you were the mousy one and this person would attack you, you stepped up to your position and you said, I don't care what kind of creature I am or what position I come in. Hold on, I'm the queen bee. I'm larger than life. No longer will I be intimidated by you. I'll stare you right in your face. And I'll even tell you right about yourself. I feel like you took them for a surprise. You changed your attitude. You stepped up and it really took them for a shock, okay? And they didn't know if it was real. They didn't know if it was real because it's not the way they perceived you. I feel like this person even perceived you to be small or weak or something like that. And you're like, hold on, partner, check this out. Okay, let's go ahead and clarify this now for you. Why is Tiny Triumphs here as in regards to the connection? Now, I did say the word fear. So whatever this triumph is for you, likely there was some fear in doing this. So the first two clarifiers coming out as the Three of Cups and the Chariot. Three of Cups is in reverse. So it's not happy anymore. So you realize like this situation isn't making you very happy. So I'm moving on. Let's see, at the bottom of the deck is the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. I was drawn to show the bottom of the deck first. And it's like, I'm not working on this anymore. I'm not putting all this work into this anymore. Let's see the other party in this clarifying, because this is a mutual energy. So the next two clarifiers will show the other party. Coming out with the Eight of Cups, walking away, and the Hangman in reverse, because this is a you're being cut loose energy. The Four of Wands. This was a fresh new start. Okay, so it's like, go ahead, go get what you want. The other person could have even stormed off with the attitude, like thinking they was doing something to hurt you, and really you're like, thank God they finally fucking left. The other person could have been like, oh, well, you think you could do better without me? Well, check this out. I'm leaving you. And you're like, that's exactly what the heck I wanted. I wanted you to leave. Or you could have got up in your car and you could have left too. Somebody else got up in their car and they left. Then somebody stand there looking like boo-boo the fool, just waiting. Let's see the other person, how they showed up. The Red Garden. The Red Garden. It's card number 8. So this person, I feel like this person was showing up with a lot of attitude. They felt like they had the position of power. I feel like this person, is thinking about, at this time of this reading, I feel like this person is thinking about all they had to be grateful for in this connection that they had with you. I do feel like they've realized, because, once it's gone, it's easier to see what you had. So I feel like when they walked away, they could have walked away with the chip on their shoulder. There's a little parrot on the shoulder, so I hear with the chip on their shoulder. And they're sitting there looking like, whoa, that person actually left. That's crazy. They're still in shock. I feel like, if not consciously, maybe subconsciously, this person is even really proud of you for stepping up for yourself. Maybe they wanted you to step up for yourself in other situations that were just the same as the way they were doing you, but they didn't want you necessarily to step up against them. But when they sat back in hindsight, they were like, oh shit, she finally stood up for herself. I'm really proud of her. So that's interesting, because I feel like this person realized that they were bringing the same energy to your life that they had advised you to move out of. So let's go ahead and clarify the red garden. Why is the other person showing up as the red garden here? Let's just go. The Queen of Swords. So that's boundary setting. That's shutting down. And the Seven of Wands in reverse. This is this is giving up. I'm not going to fight it anymore. What else do we have for them? The Seven of Swords in reverse. And there's the something, information coming out, the truth coming out, the truth coming to light, and Justice in reverse. Okay, justice is being served. Somebody has been served justice in it. And so I feel like there's a recognition in this person. Look at this. Your side came out with the world upright. Their side came out with the world in reverse. So it's showing that, you know, they're recognizing where they were not necessarily upright in this connection. And the adverse justice is actually fitting. It fits the crime. And so on this person's side, they're starting to have realizations of where they went wrong in this connection, where they didn't do you right. Okay, so let's see what Luster's God has to say to you. And this is a bit of advice energy here. But it's, okay, you got the morning dew girl. Morning dew girl. She has a giant flower behind her that's dropping morning dew, and she collects it on the leaf that she carries, and she lets it fall. I feel like some of you have cried enough tears to where it's like you're all cried out. There's an old song from Lisa, All Cried Out. Maybe you like that song. But I feel like you faced your fears. Listeners, God wanted you to face your fears. Learn what you can, be aware. She receives and she pays attention to the emotions around her. She pays attention to her own worries and her own fears. And she doesn't hide them. She has some things on her mind, and she collects those emotions and she lets those emotions spill out. So this is, you need to say what you've been holding back. I feel like you need to say what you've been holding back. Some things you've been a little bit in fear to say needs to come out already. And anywhere where you're still holding on to energy about this connection, you need to release that. And maybe it's not necessarily say it to the person, or maybe it is. If you say it to the person, maybe it's saying it to their spirit, okay? Or if it's not, maybe it's shouting it out to God and the universe, okay? We have the Judgment card coming out for you. So that's a rebirth energy. Clarifying the morning dew girl as your advice. We have the Four of Cups and the Judgment. It looks like this opportunity is coming back around. You're going to have another opportunity to say what's really on your mind is what I feel here. Let's see what else you have. The Emperor and the Queen of Cups. And the Emperor is pushing you to expand. And the Queen of Cups is in the reception of emotions, emotional receptivity, and psychic awareness. And so I feel like speaking your mind when this opportunity re-arises about what the Five of Swords in reverse, about the conflicts, about the challenges, about what really went down, and what you learned about it or whatever, is speaking your truth, hearing the call to speak your truth. I feel like the person you're going to speak to don't really want to hear it. But this Emperor is saying you're being pushed to expand. You're being pushed to grow your capacity to really to speak up for yourself and such. So let's see what your calling in your soulmate oracle card says as your closing message. It says, never give up on something you really want. So I feel like an opportunity could be coming back around for you, Virgo. And never give up on something you really want. Whether this is with the same person or a new person, and even if it's the same person you already know, they're in a different energy because all this stuff has transpired in between you. So they can't be exactly the same way they were before. And like I said, they've had a chance to think about some of the things they did in the past. So I feel like moving forward, the advice for you is really to, you have to be the authority in your life. And as you process the emotions that you're feeling, yes, you are responsible for your experience. But part of it is, it's not accusing, hey, you made me feel this way. Hey, you made me feel that way. It's, this is what I need. This is what works for me. This is what I will move forward with. So it's not necessarily blaming another person for how you feel, or it's your fault this went wrong because of this. This is more a stating the facts, stating what will work for you, because I feel like there's still love in this, there's still emotions in this. Okay, so this is what I have for you at this time, Virgo. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Until next time, sending you blessings of love and peace and happiness. Later.